Hello everyone, this is Danish from jobskillshare.org. I am back with another resume review video. Now remember, I have a playlist and a full course on resume which is available for free on our website and YouTube channel. But sometimes some of the requests and resumes are so different, then I like to make a video so then it will create differences between these videos so people can take benefit. Before I start this video, if somebody's interested in where this playlist is, it's on the YouTube. Go to JobSkillShare and then go to the resume right here, IT resume for entry-level IT professionals. So when you click on it, you see we already covered applied for entry-level IT jobs but you haven't heard back, bad resume versus a good resume, good IT resume still needs some work, mistakes to avoid, US citizens IT career resume review tips. So even for the person that I'm doing a review today, for you as well, this is a full list. You can see every video is almost 10 to 16 minutes, so you're going to learn something from it. I'm not going to cover almost everything in this video. It's going to be specifically about the resume that somebody has sent me, so then everything is a little different. So now going to the original request is right here. So it starts with, Dear Mr. Heather, your informative IT YouTube videos have helped me learn more about IT help desk systems and IT responsibilities. Thank you. Your websites have made me aware that you graduated from Montgomery College and UMUC. I am hoping that you can provide guidance in pursuit of an IT career. My name is Andrew. I have IT degree from Dash Sample. I have always been interested in working with computers, Office 365, gaming systems, and helping others resolve their computer issues. The challenge of troubleshooting devices and learning more about best practices of help desk ticketing systems has always interested me. Please let me know if I could send my resume to you and review for comments. Thank you. Thanks in advance for your time and looking forward to a response. So then basically after I didn't respond it for like say a few days, I apologize to a lot of people because sometimes I get so busy, so I do apologize for that. Then I basically asked for a little bit more. Okay, what's your really main goal? Like what is your target right here? Then he responded back and say, I'm looking forward to starting my career in IT field as a help desk analyst, technician, or database support. We're going to talk about that. My IT experience consists of academic courses taken helping people with their computers issues and watching YouTube videos on troubleshooting devices and help desk ticketing systems. Thanks in advance for all your support. So you see, right from the start, when somebody sends me the first email, it's always generic, right? I love this, I love that, and I want to get into that. Some people may hit the right points and then I'll just like start talking. But then sometimes I really want to know what this person specifically is trying to do. What is the goal right here? Because I always ask people that, what are you currently studying? What did you made your mind for? So a lot of people say, I want to do cybersecurity. Then I'm like, okay, let's talk about the whole thing that we have discussed on YouTube, that how cybersecurities are advanced positions and stuff like that. So let's not get into that, but that's where like I want to get into to do the second request of, okay, tell me exactly what is in your mind right now. What is your target right here? So that piece right here that we're talking here this is the target, but this is a pretty confusing target that you have right here. So the first thing, you have started with something confusing right here. You're confusing yourself too. As a help desk analyst technician and as a database support, two very different roles in IT, extremely different roles. And a help desk and IT support positions, the desktop support positions, these are very much involved in day-to-day helping users, helping anything that they touch with users, and even in networking, even in administrations, they're involved at a very lower level, and with users they are involved in from level 1 to extreme level, right? So even a database support person will be needing help desk support for access, for doing some kind of installations and stuff like that. So two different roles right here. So you see where you're going right now. If you made that distinguish, like you basically told me that your focus is these two, then look what happened to your resume. If I open your resume right now, your resume is also confusing. So you're putting in your resume, first of all, this, like, you're putting stuff in there, and please don't mind when I say something like that. I'm not directly like mocking you or anything like that. It's more to help you, and I'll explain where you can get help too. I'm not just gonna talk about things. So that whole the entry that you have is it's just like, it doesn't look good. It's like if you look at it, the text seems to be in this mode, but if you look at the text is in a normal text. So see right here, if I double click here, you see how it's not like using italic, and if you come over here, it's italic. You don't want to be doing that in a resume. You can do that in a smaller parts where you want to distinguish a little bit over here is fine, but you can't be doing your main part where people just get confused. Did you just copy pasted this from somewhere, and it just makes it like not look good, right? So, but also the way you explain things, skilled, focused, and reliable database and systems application users, detail oriented IT enthusiast who enjoys working with different data. You can see what I'm saying, right? You understand what I'm saying, right? You're putting stuff in there like it just doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Like, okay, what are you trying to achieve over here? If you apply to the help desk position, then what do I have to do with the databases and stuff like that? That's really not targeted. This is what I call not targeted. First lines, because you got to be very targeted, and I'll show you that in a second. And then area of expertise is the most important part in your resume, because a lot of people don't even read the first part, right? They say, okay, yeah, that's something they already know. Everybody knows they're gonna put something good out there, right? But that the people that are interested in your resume is directly going to your area of expertise. Okay, I'm hiring this person, this help desk person for entry level job, and I have, let's say, 10 resumes. Who can make my life easy by not teaching something that we're already doing? For example, if they're using Office 365, if they're using Active Directory, if they're using even though Azure now, whatever they use in a help desk environment, they're gonna start looking for that. And the HR people are the first one when they take it up, that they start connecting yourself. They're like, oh, we use Active Directory, we use Office 365, we use this. Must be a good person to refer to my IT people. And when the IT people look at it, the first thing they look into is like, boom, they want to go into the area expertise. And then in IT, specifically IT resumes, people want to then find out a little bit more than that. Okay, you made the first line impressions that you have expertise in this area, but then of course I want to get into more. Okay, if you have an operating systems expertise or whatever management you have, is it current? Are you talking about Windows XP or Windows 10? So people then go into the next phase very smoothly. So you want to make it smooth for somebody, right? You just don't want to make them like, okay, troubleshooting devices, Photoshop. And specifically by your resume, look at this. You have a computer application, then the database management, then you have web design, then you have Photoshop, then you have software installation. So what you did, you made these two positions like that, right? So if that happens, then what will happen to my mind? It's gonna be like, I'll be shaking my mind right now, like, okay, what is this person trying to do? Like, is he trying to become a web designer? Is he trying to become a Photoshop person? Or is he becoming a IT support? Doesn't make sense, right? So there you go. Your mistakes are two major mistakes. Are first, you're not sure that which side you want to go, and I'm not in the databases stuff, so I'm not gonna even talk about that stuff. The database is not an IT position in like a real infrastructure IT. That's not an IT position. It's more of like they have their own thing going on. Data, like Python stuff. They're working on Python these days a lot, and data scientists, data analysts, database administrators. There's a lot of different things going on in data side. That's totally different thing. If you want to be interested in that, I'll highly recommend you look for a different platform that is more into databases stuff and data overall. So, but we're talking about help desk, IT support positions, the entry level positions, the infrastructure level positions. So you got to change that expertise area. From there, I'll show you that right now. So the bottom part is just normal, yeah, right? Like how people put experience out there, and you put the same thing in there, no problem. But if you put present on the bottom and the rest on the top, then it doesn't make sense. In most of the resumes, your present should be up, not on the bottom. And also, if you put the present, this like sample user volunteer services, so a lot of people are not going to buy that usually. You want to keep that at a second level. Now you must be thinking, how do I really make it? If I haven't worked somewhere, how do I really put experience out there, right? So there are solutions out there, of course. Then of course this is somewhere you have to do your own research. You can go out for internships, you can go out to do projects with people, you can go to the same school where you're doing this education. Tell them, do you have anything like that? So do you have any a thing that I can put on my resume to show them internships or something that I can at least tell them that I work technically with these people. Now, in our platform, in our trainings, we basically give that, but that's a part of our training, right? We have our own products, we have our own systems. So even our people are not directly working with, like all the like a real company, but they're working. They can see our products, right? They can see our sites anytime we give them access, and we do like to do that. Right now, we're kind of completing this stuff. So sometimes when people finish our education, we give them access to some of the products. Say, hey, go and do some testing in there. So at least there's an IT stuff going on. Now, I'm not saying that to come to us and buy our courses or buy our training. I'm just directly telling you what's wrong with your resume, and then wherever you're getting the education from, at least you should go out there and say, hey, this resume is not going to help me because of this experience that I'm putting out there. So what do I do? What do I need to do something different, that can make me look more marketable to people, that I can be a valuable person to a team, because you're going to be competing with people, and some people will have some type of experience on their hand. Even internships will work. And then you have education, right? Normal stuff right there. On the bottom, you put information about your IT education, like enterprise architecture, ethics, information tech. So some of these things are like very broader. I'm not sure if these are certifications or I'm not sure. I mean, on the bottom you're saying expert in video gaming. Now, if you're gonna go for IT position, I would not put anything like that. I mean, it's not related. It's not targeted. Like a lot of your things are just mixture of different things that you like. You personally like. So some things you just have to change. Okay. So let me show you a real resume. So I wouldn't consider this resume a good resume right now. So just to be very clear. So let me just show you what a good resume looks like. Now, this may not be the most perfect resume for IT professional, but based on experience, based on giving it to people and how they have used it, is such a great resume. People have called us and then told us that they got a call from somebody and say, hey, we picked you because your resume was pretty good. Now, there's nothing special about this resume. It's all about that targeted wording, targeted terms, because all these key terms matter, and the way the flow also matters. So if you look at it, you have your name and everything on the top, but then you have something more it's smaller than what you had before. Success driven, result focused, and adaptable IT professional with more than 1 year experience. And in your case, what we do is for people who are brand new, we remove that 1 year at all. We don't even want to put numbers out there. We even make it a little smaller than that. And it's basically everything has to do with IT, specifically about IT. It doesn't say anything databases. It doesn't say anything about design or anything like that. It's just specifically talking about technology. And as soon as somebody, okay, well, that's fine. So they didn't get bored with a long paragraph. They straight went to specific targeted things that people are using these days, like ticketing system, Office 365, level 1 troubleshooting, because you're going to be applying for entry-level positions, Active Directory, client and server technology, and virtual machines. These are the people want to hear this. People want to see this in this career, right? They may want to put more stuff in there, but it's really up to people. But again, you don't want to make it too big, too lengthy just by people reading this stuff. That doesn't make sense either. So like I said, the flow matters. So as soon as they talk about expertise, the next step is for people who are mostly IT people, want to get into more of your technical skills. Okay, operating system, Windows 10, great. That's what we are migrating, or that's what we are using. And then they have this, okay, this person knows about this terminologies too, which is important to some people. And then of course they get into, you kind of win their mind by putting more things that what IT people are already using, like Spicework, SCCM, Zoom, VPN. These are the things that people want to hear. As an IT professional, when I see this, right, and somebody bring that resume to me, and they don't have anything, like if they have an empty resume and somebody brings stuff like that to me, this means it's a saving time for me. Look, I have energy, I got family, I have to also, it's like a personal thing. I am also like, if I'm hiring people, then I want a quality of life too, right? If I'm going to be doing this forever, if I have to hire 6 people, then I'm going to be looking for something like this. Naturally, if I'm at that position, I will love this rather than picking anybody. And don't get me wrong, some people may say, oh, that's, if I don't have that experience, then how would I do this? You need to learn it. You got to learn it on your own. Make your own labs. And a platform like ours have invested 5 years of energy. We have invested money into this stuff to make sure that this is covered. So all of our members who take our trainings are covered for this. They understand this. They can talk about this stuff. They spend 3 months to train on this stuff. So that training is a must. Other than that, yes, you can get into IT, no problem. You can even give the worst to worst resume, and some people, if someone looking for an IT professional, and they want to train you, they'll pick you, no problem at all. But it's all about stress in this career too. We have people calling, and I'll probably do another video. I have a person who spent 12 years in IT, and the story is pretty much like he called it a jail in IT, jail in this area. So we are a platform that's thinking way ahead and not just thinking about jobs. A lot of people, their mentality just gets stuck at jobs. Like, I'm gonna apply the job and that's it. IT is not about that. IT actually start from the day you land the job, because that's where you really start getting into IT stuff. So this, if you look at this resume, it's a pretty clean resume, right? This is how you want to keep it. All the same text, same stuff, and then you want to go into more of the professional experience. Like, for example, that's our company. We talk about that. And then academic qualification, we tell people to put it right here. And then certification. Certification matters too, depending on which format you like. We sometimes use it in the same line, and we sometimes use it on the separate lines to make it a little bit more, okay, there's a code available for this specific course. So courses are also designed by role basis or title base, meaning ticketing system training, help desk training, Office 365 administration training. You see, these are the current things that are going on these days. Think about it. Microsoft just retired their MCSA certification, and now they're saying we're going to do role-based certification. Similarly with Cisco, they're also doing this DevOps, DevNet, stuff like that. Make it more role-based. And that's what we're doing. We just changed our title from IT professional, which was already a role-based, but now modern IT professional, to make it look a little bit even more cooler. So it's not just having a resume. If people want to get into this career, they really need to invest their time, money, and energy. If they really want to do this the smart way, the right way, and learn the most less stressful way. That's what I'm going to say. Whether you follow your own thing, whether you follow your labs, whether you follow YouTuber, you really have to do a research on this area. This is such a complex area that you have to do your research. We are in this business, of course. We're going to always say that we have found a solution. We have a product, which is basically skills training, and we're doing it. We're going to always promote that. I'm not going to take people behind and recreate the wheels again and again and again and again, because I already, on top of the wheels that were created, we already made the wheels better. So if somebody wants to use that, that's up to them. But if somebody don't want to use that, IT was not created by us. Anyone can follow anybody and becoming a good IT professional. There are many examples out there. So this resume is something that I would first recommend. If you want to even use your stuff that you have on that resume, you can bring it to this resume and just use most of the stuff from here, because you're already learning about operating systems. Learn all these other things from our YouTube channel. If you want to, there's more than 1,000 videos on our YouTube channel. Learn it from other channels and try to be close to this resume. If you can't do it, take our training. Straight up, I'm just gonna say that, because it's just a step-by-step process, and that's what we're doing, right? We're training for this stuff, for this whole stuff that we're putting it out there. Now you may say, where do I get this resume from? Go to JobSkillShare, register to JobSkillShare for free, and then open this description course. I'm going to put this course in the description, IT support resume applying for jobs and communities, and then start this course. From this, you're going to learn a lot more than what I'm talking about today. It's download resume sample, but it's the same stuff, but there's a little bit more, like interview questions, Indeed.com, how do you use that information. Then there's people who have landed a job in this career and then came back and shared their experience. So it's a combination of things. At the end, when you're ready to apply for jobs, you really want to be in this course. But even before this, you should, if you want to do for free stuff, we also did 100+ hours of training for free. So this means the things that we're teaching today in live training is more advanced and more live and more modern. But if you want to learn these skills and you want to learn it for free, we have done almost everything. So if you come to this link, I'm going to put this link on the description as well. If you come to this link and watch this video is your starting basically. And then you can finish all these free courses. If you don't want to invest money, then there you go. You got a whole free stuff available that you can almost finished 90% of that things that you saw on the resume. Now, if you want some guidance, like real guidance from people to guide you live, then of course our main training is MISP, which is the new one, Modern IT Support Professional Training. We just added modern because we added some Azure cloud stuff in there. Now, of course, there's going to be money involved. There's 3 main trainers training you for 5 days almost, or 4 days, whatever you choose, weekend or weekday. And then, of course, you've come down and watch these videos, look at this information, how we process this whole thing. There's a whole chart in here. This takes about 3 months for people to really cover everything. And usually people land a job, or they're still like looking for a job. But at this point, they know everything. They know everything because it has a hands-on approach. We give you servers, you do a lot on the servers, then we give you labs, all that stuff is hands-on. So if you want to be that person who wants someone to really guide, someone that I can ask a question, someone that can train me on the job, in the training, that I have a question, the person reply. So that's a different thing. Then of course there's going to be money involved in it, and that's your last option and a decision that you can make. Not just us, of course, you can go outside, find something like this. If you can find it, great. And maybe your college may have something like that. Maybe there's a boot camps out there, but always come back and compare these two together, because you don't want to be going to some kind of boot camp, spend like $5,000-$10,000, and then come back and we're like, okay, we're covering more than them. Or you don't want to be spending with us and find somebody else doing the exactly same thing. If you can find it, then that's great. They're doing a great job. So that's it for me today. If you have any question, please let me know. I hope you like this video. I hope something is beneficial for you from this video. My goal is to just tell people the right things, whether money is involved or not. That's a part of our life. Thank you so much. Take care.